Well, hello my friends, my name is Ramirez with US Koi Club, and today we got a short video where we're gonna talk about a question that's asked on all the forums, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's asked all the time, and it's how do I get my fish to eat from my hand, or how do I hand feed my fish? And we're gonna talk about, tricks that you can do at home to train your fish to eat from your hand. First, I'm gonna say that the way I see this is that there's basically two ways of doing it. There's the easy way, if you want to call it that way, and then there's a way that takes a lot more time and a lot more effort on your side. So let's start with that one first, because it's probably the easiest one you can implement right away. So what you need to do is find something that floats in the water, and it can be anything. I have two examples here. You can take a piece of hose, they sell this at any hardware store. Sometimes you can buy by the foot, sometimes you need to buy a whole roll of like 20 feet, but try to find just a little piece, and all you have to do is just like tape the ends, and I'm gonna show you how do we do this. You can tape the ends and make a floating device, or another example that I have here, you can go to a pet store and grab like a dog chewing toy, something that floats in water. That's the most important thing, and I'm going to show you now what you're going to do. And this method takes time, it takes patience. You need to work at it like every day. Every time you're going to feed your fish, you're going to do this. So let me show you right away how it's done. Okay, so we're back here. I'm going to show you what you can do at home, very easy. Just take a piece of tubing like this, and in this case I'm going to use some electrical tape. Whatever tape you have at home, it should work, as long as it's not toxic to the fish or something. So I'm just gonna here have both ends meet, make sure no air or water can go in, and you created yourself a floating device. As simple as that. It's cheap, it's simple, or if you want to get fancy, like I said, you can use a toy like this. And what you're gonna do is, like, every day when you come to your pond to feed your fish, you want to put the foot inside that floating device, and eventually the fish will get used to come and eat from that device. They'll also get used to seeing you close to the pond, and that's how you start creating that bond. That's how you start getting the fish to like you, not get scared, and eventually they're gonna start hand feeding because they're used to seeing you there. But you do this every day. If you feed your fish twice a day, every time you come and feed them, do the same thing. They'll get used to it, and eventually you'll be able to start hand feeding them. Alright, so now let's talk about what I consider is the easiest way, or the shortcut, to get them to feed. And there's 4 different types of koi fish that are considered the friendliest fish. And I'm going to show you a picture here, how they look. The first one is a Chagois. You also got Soragois, Kigois, and Benigois. So those 4, again, Chagois, Kigois, Soragois, and Benigois, they are the friendliest koi fish out there. So again, one of these 4 fish, the Chagois, the Kigois, the Soragois, or the Benigois, if you get one of those fish, those are the friendliest. So what happens is that you're going to be able to get any one of those 4 to come and greet you when you get closer to the pond, because they're very friendly, they're gentle, and they're beautiful fish. So in this pond right here, I have 3 of those 4. You're going to see here a Kigois, a Soragois, and a Chagois. The only one I'm missing is the Benigois, but I'm working on that. But anyways, they are very friendly, and once they get used to you, the other fish start seeing what they're doing, that they're not scared, and they start joining you. So out of all the koi that I have here, I would say about 6 of them, there's about 20, 6 of them already come and let me hand feed them, because they have seen how the other 3 that we talk about, how they come and basically greet me every morning or whenever I come close to the pond. Also, these fish tend to grow big because, again, they're so gentle, they're so friendly, that they are the first one that come up to eat and they grab most of the food, they grow big. So make sure you have a good sized pond if you're gonna follow this advice of getting any one of those 4. So now I'm gonna ask you to come with me closer to the pond, and you'll see that the first 3 fish that come to me are those 3. And I'm gonna show you, come over. So see that as soon as I get close to the pond, the first 3 that are gonna come and try to touch my hands are those 3. So here comes the Kigoi. Oh. Oh my God, come on. I just fed them, so maybe they're not that interested. But here's my Kigoi. It's the yellow one, it's a solid yellow fish. This one, the Yamabuki has learned already from them, and he also comes and greet me, as well as the Gin Matsuba, which is the white one that you see there. They also, you know, you can pet them. So let me see if the Kigoi comes. I call him Pac-Man. Oh, I think they're scared of the camera because they're smart. You know, they have never seen the camera around the pond, so they're acting a little bit weird. But normally they're very friendly. Here comes the Chagois. So this is my Chagois. Chagois, they come from a very light brown to a very dark one, and they tend to change color with the season. So during summertime they get darker. He'll go even darker, almost, you know, very dark, like dark chocolate brown. In winter he's more like bronze or copper color. So here's the Kigoi, and what you want to do at first is, like, every time they touch your hand, you give them some food to encourage the hand feeding. So here's what I do. I got food on one hand, and when they come and then they touch my hand, here comes the Chagois. He touched my hand, you put a little bit of food in the water. See? And they start associating, okay, the hand is food. Here comes the, see? Now you can even pet them. Here comes the Kigoi. He's the friendliest of all, and you can see he's the biggest too, because again, he eats everything. So slowly, you know, let them get used to having your hand in the water. This is my Soragois. It's one of my favorite ones because the pattern on his scale and his color is just amazing. Here's the Gin Matsuba that I told you that he's already getting used to being hand fed because he's learned from the other 3. So again, this is the easiest way of training your fish. Just get one of those 4 types of fish. But of course, it's an investment. It's another fish to add to your pond, and if you don't have a big pond, I wouldn't recommend it because you can see how big they are. This one is only a year old, and they can grow, you know, up to like 3 feet, you know, 36 inches or even more than that. But yeah, that's the trick. Be patient, don't scare them, and eventually they're gonna start hand feeding. See, very easy. Hey buddy, and then you can pet them, you know, slowly work and, you know, gain their trust basically. So that's it for today. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe, share it with people that are also in love with koi fish, and put your comments down below of other things that you want me to talk about, and I'll be more than happy to do that. Remember, subscribe, share, uskoiponds.com is our website, and thank you for watching.